Hey everyone, welcome to Kings of Horror. We're back with another interview, and today I have with us Richard Ewell, who is from FrankenCon, which is located outside of Knoxville, Tennessee. And Richard, thank you so much for taking some time today and discussing this con that's going into year 4 this year.
Yeah, no problem, Patrick. Thanks for having me on, and I'm always happy to talk about it.
Yeah. So, where did your love of horror first begin? Where did your horror roots, when did those first start to get planted?
It would be cool if I was like, at 4 years old. I remember, blah blah blah. But I've always loved movies, so I mean, even as a kid, I mean, I liked horror movies. I like I mean, I always veered more towards comedy. But then around, I mean, my teenage years, I kind of did the whole full moon thing. So I fell in love with like Puppet Master 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then all their other stuff. I loved Leprechaun and Chucky and all those usual suspects. Yeah, so then in 2000, uh, with the kind of horror boom that happened around that time, I kind of dug my teeth into that with the remake of Texas Chainsaw, and then the beginning, and just all those Saw and Hostel and all those movies, and then Devil's Rejects kind of really got me. Even though I mean Devil's Rejects can be argued it's not really a horror movie, but it's that genre type of thing. And then around 2005, around that same time, I got hooked on like foreign stuff. So between 2005 2010, there was a foreign boom. You had such things as Inside and uh, High Tension, Martyrs.
Martyrs.
Martyrs, I mean, scarred me to this day. I own the movie and I have no idea why, because I'll never watch it again.
I
I
know,
mean,
right?
the movie really messed me up, like just because of its context, and like I
Right.
had no, like if you just read, like I didn't really see a commercial, a trailer for it or anything. I had heard about it, and so I just picked it up. And I mean, the movie really is brilliant, but
Hmm.
it'll make you think for sure. Like, and so it messed with me for a little bit, and then even Serbian film, and
Mm.
I dove into stuff like that, and then Cold Prey. I love the Cold Prey series. Dead Snow is one of my
Yeah.
favorite zombie movie. Yeah, I think Dead Snow is the perfect horror comedy. I know a lot of people say Evil Dead too, but
Hmm.
I just think with Dead Snow, I mean, you have some really, I mean, there are some really frightening things in that, and then there are really funny parts. And to me, Dead Snow is best used if you use the dubbing. It increases the comedy a little bit. But and I love Dead Snow too. But I mean, it's a straight up comedy. But I do like it as well. I love that director. I kind of had that kickoff in 2005 2010, and then kind of fell off a little bit in 2010 to 2020, maybe not 20, maybe like 16 or so. But then got back into it, started podcasting about horror and all that, and then we kind of came up with this convention, and where we focus on horror. So, I mean, I've always loved horror, but I don't have these roots that some people I know have. But the people that I run FrankenCon with, they have those kind of roots. So, but I've been going to conventions since '99, so it's kind of my love of conventions that you know power me to do FrankenCon, and then horror is the background where I get to, really invite people and get celebrities of movies that I love. So
Right. Yeah. And that kind of segues me into my next question. What, how did the idea, it becoming more of a reality than just a, pipe dream of FrankenCon, how did that process come about as far as, deciding, A, you're going to make put on a convention, and just some of that, the fact you were such a, you've been doing conventions, you said, since the late 90s.
yeah.
Was that kind of a, a thing where like you were thinking, oh, I can do this too?
Well, so it's kind of funny. I don't know how some people probably are just like, I like conventions, and so I started doing them. And for us, it was a little convoluted, not convoluted, but it was kind of funny the way it happened because so my buddy is a wrestler, and he runs a wrestling promotion here in town, and always has for like. I mean, I think they're on year 20 now,
Mm.
and he was kind of out of wrestling because he was injured, and he wasn't doing that as much. His brother had taken control of it, and taken the helm of that. And so me and him were podcasting, and we liked doing events. We were doing live podcasts at
Mm.
places, and that was really fun. Long story short, basically, he got the pandemic happened. He got in contact with Felissa Rose, which everybody knows from Sleepaway Camp, and so in June of 2021, we planned to do an evening with Felissa Rose, where it was just a meet and greet with her, and to show the movie. But that was a very pivotal time. We were just coming out of the pandemic. We just starting to get out, and cons didn't happen that whole time, so everybody was just starving to do something, like even the celebrities, at the time. And so Phyllis was great as always. I mean, if you've met her, to meet her is to love her. I mean, she's a great person. The event sold out with it like 2 or 3 weeks to go. We sold like 100 tickets, so we were like, let's try this again. And so it was never really meant to be a convention. It was just meant to do another evening with, and so my idea was to do a Friday the 13th thing and get a couple people from there
Hmm.
and do it the following year. And that's kind of harder, easier said than done kind of thing. And then
Yeah.
so the logistics just didn't work out, as far as like I was like, well, it's turning into a convention. Like now we just need, we need vendors, because we need, vendors help pay for the
Yep.
venue, and it just becomes this massive ordeal. And so it was funny. The reason our first year we were on Saturday, June 14th, because we had already picked Friday, June 13th, because it was Friday the 13th, and that
Right.
was my big idea. But so that's basically how we came up with it. It just kind of happened by accident. And then, I mean, I fell in love with just putting on events and
Hmm.
putting on FrankenCon. And just, we have a really great connection to the hotel here in town, and it's connected to the airport. So all the guests just
Nice.
fly in, or the attendees, we have
Yeah. Yeah.
people that fly in from other states, and you can you just walk downstairs, walk across the breezeway, and you're at the hotel. So it
That
works out
helps a
really
lot.
good in a
Yeah.
lot of ways. The guests don't have to sit in a car for an hour or fight
Hmm.
traffic, any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Which even the Knoxville Airport isn't even in Knoxville. So when they have Knoxville conventions, they have to fly into Alcoa.
They still have to drive a little
So
bit.
they have about a 30-minute drive.
Hmm.
So um, it all works out for us in the long run. That's why we love it. So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, that's kind of how it happened. So it's all Matt's fault. I usually blame him when people ask me.
And just like we mentioned earlier, this is year four. What would you say are some of the big highlights for year four? Which again, FrankenCon year four is May 9th and 10th in Alcoa, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And so yeah, just talk to us, briefly about this year's convention and what are some of the things you're looking forward to and what fans can look forward to.
Well, I mean, we've got Joe, Bob, and Darcy coming back. The last drive-in is a huge success,
Hmm.
going on like the 6th year, I think, or so, somewhere
Seven, year
around there.
seven. Hmm.
7. So yeah, Joe, Bob, and Darcy are coming back. They were at our first year, so we're bringing them back. Can't wait to have them. We've got Michael Berryman, who I'm excited about. I've never met him. I've heard he's
Hmm.
great.
Hmm.
Heard he's very nice, funny, smart, all those good things you like in qualities of guests.
Yep.
One of my personal favorites is Cujo. I always loved the movie growing up. I was always terrified of it, and but for some reason I liked it at the same time. It's this weird thing where sometimes things can scare you, but you also like it. So we've got Cujo with D. Wallace and Danny Pintauro, who doesn't do a whole lot of
No.
conventions, especially here in the South. I've never really seen him in the Tennessee area. Not as of late, anyway.
Right.
Dee kind of goes everywhere, and I met her last year in Kentucky. She's the nicest person. She's done so much. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
anything from E.T. to Rob Zombie's Halloween to Three from Hell to
Yeah.
a whole bunch of different things. So I'm excited about Cujo. Clown on Cornfield is a horror movie that people are anticipating. We have the author, Adam Caesar. He's coming. He's written 3 of the Clown on the Cornfield novels, working on the 4th one, I hear. And the movie happens to open on May 9th, and that's when FrankenCon starts. So we have some things with him and an event with him on May 10th. That's offsite at a great movie theater that we've connected with called Central Cinema. So, those are things that I'm very excited about. And we've got Kelli Maroney, who I don't see at a whole lot of cons.
Yeah.
Choppy Mall is one of my favorites. She's in a lot of stuff too. Fast Times at Ridgemont High and Night of the Comet.
Yeah.
Also, a movie nobody's heard of except for me called Servants of Twilight, which is based on a Dean Koontz novel. So I'll be interested to talk to her about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, I can't forget Brian Bremer. He's been with us all 4 years. He's Bunt and Pumpkinhead. He was in Society, and he was Pino in Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 5, The Toy Maker, which is very underrated if you haven't seen it.
Absolutely.
It's probably my favorite one to watch. It's the most fun to watch, I think. 2 is kind of fun to watch. I mean,
yeah.
I always say just watch 2 because you're going to get 1 and 2.
Yeah. Yeah. You
3
really
is
are.
crazy, but 3 is crazy too.
Yeah.
Especially since Bill Moseley's in that movie, and nobody really talked about that.
No, they don't.
So yeah, and 4 I don't really acknowledge because I don't really like. That one's disappointing. She doesn't even. She's Jewish. I don't understand. That was just one of those straight to video. They're using the title, So yeah, we've just got a ton of guests, but we've got some really great vendors. I really focus on vendors. Vinegar Syndrome is a sponsor of ours. They're going to be set up. We've got Paul Bearer Press setting up. We've got Goblin House setting up. Orbit DVD is basically, I mean, if you see FrankenCon, it's Orbit DVD presents FrankenCon, and Mark and Deb are awesome. They've helped us out the past 3 years. They were at the show the first year, and they fell in love with it too. So
awesome.
They're really good. They're based out of Asheville, North Carolina. They have a physical media store. If you've never been, you could go and support Asheville. They need all the help they can get, but you can go to orbitdvd.com, and I mean, they have some basically any movie you want they've got. So lots of cool stuff. But I mean, the Cujo reunion is very exciting to me. But then we also have a Hills Have Eyes reunion with Dee and Michael Berryman.
True, that's true. Yeah,
kind of built in there. But yeah, so Cujo I'm really excited about. And Rhonda Shear, I forgot about Up All Night fans from USA. Rhonda Shear is going to be there, so that's exciting too. On Thursday, May 8th, we're doing a pre-show. Tickets will be available at the door just for the pre-show. You don't even have to come to FrankenCon. You can just come to the pre-show. Tickets at the door, I think, are going to be around $55, but it's a whole night of entertainment with Kelli Maroney doing a live commentary of Chopping Mall. So that's going to be a blast.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
So yeah, those are the things I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. And where do you, on down the road, what other spaces would you like to see FrankenCon get into outside of maintaining, the same size, each and every year? What are there any other avenues creatively you would like to see this convention kind of get into more or less?
I just wanted to grow, you know. I mean, a lot of shows do 2 times a year or 3 times a
Hmm.
year, and they get big and they move to, a convention center or something like that.
Yeah.
But something that's very special to me is it's a hotel show, and there are hotel shows. It's not like they're gone. I mean, you
Yeah.
got Days of the Dead, and I think Cult Classic is a hotel show, but I'm not 100.
Mm.
I've always wanted to go to Cult Classic, but I've never been able to make it. But
Yeah.
anyway, there's hotel shows around, but I don't really want to get so big that we move. I mean, I want to grow, but we have a long way to do that at
Hmm.
the Hilton. Um, so I mean, we would eventually. We've talked about it a lot, me and my partners, and we would probably cap tickets before we moved. I mean,
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah.
but we're a long way from that. So I
Right.
mean,
Right.
um, but that's kind of the goal, is to just grow FrankenCon, build the community.
Hmm.
Now, I would like to do like some events throughout the year, as far as like maybe we did this thing called a
Screenings and.
yeah, like
Hmm.
screenings, and we did a thing called Franken Family Reunion,
Hmm.
because people have dubbed this the Franken Family because it
Mm.
just feels like a family.
Yeah.
However, a lot of people didn't show up to that. We rented out some of the hotel, and we just had a great time. And it was really a lot of fun. And so, it'd be nice to do events like that where they grew, and
Hmm.
just growing the fandom a little bit for FrankenCon. But I like what we do, and I think other people do too. And I think just fine tuning that each and every year. Last year, like, I mean, we didn't have any complaints, we didn't have any issues.
Hmm.
Like, I mean, nobody can really. I mean, issues can always arise, but I mean,
Right.
we really try to focus on just running a really good, easy show that people can enjoy.
Hmm. Yeah. And where can people find more find out about FrankenCon online?
Yeah, I mean, socials are always a good spot, at FrankenCon TN on Facebook. We do lives on there occasionally, and we've been doing them every week leading up to there. So, to keep up to base, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X. But you can go to FrankenConTN.com. So FrankenConTN for Tennessee.com. That'll get you to the website, show you everything you need to know. You can buy tickets up until, I think their tickets end at Thursday at midnight, or 11:59 on Thursday, May 8th. Um, so people can buy tickets and photo ops until then. But yeah, we're just really excited about it, and people. I hope people can at least keep up with us, follow us, see. You never know who we're going to bring in. I mean, we had Texas Chainsaw Massacre people last year, Screen Queens. We've done a
Thanksgiving,
basket.
right? You had a Thanksgiving reunion.
Yeah, we did
Hmm.
Thanksgiving last
Oh,
year.
that's right. Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
yeah. Thanksgiving, Eli Roth. So we
Right.
had Gabriel Davenport, Ty Olson, and Alex Armbruster for
Hmm.
that. And then we had crazy cosplayer come in for that, and that made it
Nice.
even better.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, we kind of focus on a little bit of everything, but definitely old school horror is our favorite.
Hmm.
Is kind of the thing we're really good at. I mean, we've done a basket case reunion, and not many people do
Oh
that.
wow.
It's kind of a Frank Henenlotter reunion, because we had Frank Henenlotter.
That makes
I
me
know.
sad I missed it. I love
Yeah, that was
Frankenwater.
Bride of FrankenCon. So the second year we were called Bride of FrankenCon, but
Hmm.
due to some
Oh
confusion of names, and
yeah.
the secret is, we every year was going to be different. Like, the
Hmm.
third year was going to be FrankenCon 3D, and
Nice.
then I had talked him into the fourth year being FrankenCon in space, but
Yeah.
that probably would have really confused people. So we decided to go with FrankenCon. But at Bride of FrankenCon, we had Frank Henenlotter, Kevin
Man.
Van Hentenryck, and Patty Mullen.
Oh man. Yeah.
So
Nice.
yeah, I really, really wish we could have got Rick Hurst for
Yeah, that would
Brain
have been
Damage.
awesome. Yeah.
Just have the three main
Hmm.
movies that he's known for there.
Oh
But
man.
yeah, they were all great.
Yeah.
We've always been lucky with our guests. They've always been really good and really popular with the attendees.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, Richard, I want to thank you for taking some time today to talk about FrankenCon. Everyone, go make sure you like and follow them on social media, and go buy a ticket if you're able to make it out to the Knoxville area May 9th and 10th next week. We'll be there. Can't wait to see you,
Yeah,
Richard, in
yeah.
person, and we'll connect, and it'll be a great time. But is there anything else you'd like to tell the audience before we wrap this
No,
up?
I just really appreciate your support, Patrick and Kings of Horror. And tickets are on sale at the door. So if you don't pre-order them and you want to make a last-minute trip, it's only Friday night and Saturday. So, but we're all day Saturday. We're 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. So
Okay.
if you're 2 to 4 hours away, you could still drive up in the morning, hang out, and drive back if you want. And
Yeah.
it's a real easy, kind of cheaper trip. Yeah, just hang out and see what we're all about. But I appreciate it. Can't wait to see you, Patrick.
All right.